this beautiful online presence. And what's unique is that she is a local business. She has Knoxville Spray Tan. Is that the name of the business? No.
Oh, just Cassandra Bouvier.
Cassandra Bouvier. Cassandra Bouvier. Okay. But she has a spray tan and teeth whitening business, and it is super successful. And I love seeing the customer testimonials. It's so cool seeing her grow and succeed. So she graciously said yes, that she would come and talk to us about her branding, about how she creates these beautiful graphics. And I think what you're really going to appreciate is, like me, she likes to do things free. So she and I both, we're kindred spirits in that way. So she's going to give you tons of tips and ideas to make your branding look amazing at no cost to you. So be sure that you're taking notes and give us tons of comments, because after she talks, then we'll answer any questions that you may have. Okay. So thank you so much, Cassandra. I'm going to get off the screen and let you talk. Does that sound like a good idea?
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Thanks so much for having me, everyone. I am Cassandra Bouvier, and I'm just going to start off by just telling a little bit about myself. I am married, and I have 3 small children, 6, 4, and 1. And my husband works for the government, and he has a pretty he works 4 days, 10 hours a day. And so I'm responsible for all the pickup, drops offs, doctor appointments, all of that. So I'm doing that throughout the day. And then the evenings is when I have my spray tanning clients or my teeth whitening clients, also on Saturdays. So just really, really busy. And I was having a hard time like going out networking or meeting people to get new clients in. And doing all this research, learning about this business. Actually, let me rewind a little bit. My background is actually in occupational therapy. And when I had my last child, Emma, I did not go back to work. But I didn't want to sit at home and do nothing, because being a stay-at-home mom can be a little lonely. Just to have that social interaction is something I needed. Also, I wanted to contribute to our household financially. So I was just trying to think of a service-based business that had low startup cost that I could get into and learn pretty easily without going back to school. And so that's why I chose spray tanning and teeth whitening. But fast forward to trying to learn about owning a business and how to marketing it on social media. I stumbled across Tanya Eliza, which is how I met Michelle, actually. And my issue was, it was great. It took me several months to finish my website and learn her framework. And then I just was wanting all the information about owning a business and doing, social media marketing and all of that. And I was never big on social media to begin with. So I was just very out of my comfort zone. I had no idea what I was doing, and I was overwhelming myself with all this information that I kind of took a step back and just try to figure out what was best for me and my lifestyle. And so that's kind of where I am right now. A lot of the stuff that I did get from branding was from Tanya Eliza's courses. But I also have a few mentors in the spray tanning industry that I follow. And also, I was telling Michelle about this. Russell Brunson, he is like the ClickFunnels founder, guru person. And I would recommend getting his books and reading them. He has 3 books, Expert Secrets, .com Secrets, and Traffic Secrets. So that helped me a lot. And I'm still trying to incorporate those things. But that's kind of just a little bit about me and what my business is and how I got to where I am right now. I do want to just go ahead and share my screen. I don't know if you guys can see it. Here we go. So a couple tools that I am completely in love with is Canva. And I'm really just going to show you guys one of my folders that I do. This is my social media templates. And I have these based off of, I created these content pillars, I guess, if you will. And what those are I have social proof, inspirational, and educational posts that I kind of think about when I'm doing all of my social media. And so inside the social proof, those are where I do my before and afters, the process, behind the scenes, my client reviews, and then the inspirationals. My client avatar, or who I like to market to, are people like me just because I can relate. So moms that are specifically moms that are like in their mid 30s, early 40s. And then, so those are my sub content pillars, I guess, for the social proof. And then the inspirational, I like to share stuff, just kind of silly quotes or funny quotes or personal quotes about mom life. And then scriptures or just personal testimonies, things that I appreciate. And then the third content pillar is education. So I want to educate my clients or my tribe on spray tans, like tips and tricks, the science behind spray tanning, that like skin health, how to like getting in a routine of it, like the application, benefits of using the product. And in regards to the teeth whitening, I like to do like the ingredients, how it's all natural, how you use, how it's activated by LED light, the process, how to keep your teeth white with oral health. That's kind of all the little things that I do with the content pillar. So what I went into Canva is you can actually create these different folders. And so I have one for the teeth, the before and after. So this is kind of just what I like to show. I don't know if you guys can see when I think there's a little bit of a lag. And I don't really delete these. I probably should, but this is kind of what I use. So that was the teeth whitening. And then tan tips. And I design all of this in Canva. And let me know if I'm going too fast. And these are my Instagram. And I get a template and I kind of stick with it for the most part. Every once in a while, I'll change it up just to have something different. But the more you keep to the same thing, then the less time it takes. So I'm all about working smarter, not harder. But you get the point with that's how I kind of do my social media templates is I create a separate folder for each pillar that I want to use, and I just keep adding to it. Now, how I do the before and afters, it's really easy with the teeth whitening because I have my clients there and I can take the before and afters. With the spray tan clients, I don't want to put them in that situation where they feel uncomfortable and they don't want to take the before and after because technically it's just a bronzer. And I really want people to see how it looks after the first rinse. So I ask for clients. Some of my clients will send me pictures. Sometimes it's really hard to get pictures. So I kind of just reach out to them, friend request them on social media. And typically they get spray tans for events. And I'll see something posted. I'm like, oh, hey, this is so awesome. I love how your spray tan turned out. Do you mind if I use that picture? And most times, rather than not, they say yes. And that's how I get my before and after pictures for the spray tans and the teeth whitening. I also do videos if I can. And sorry, I might hear my dog in the background. I also incentivize my clients to give me stuff like pictures and reviews. I'm trying to find one of my folders. This is something new I kind of created, which like a referral plan or referral program. So if they refer a friend, then they both get 20% off. If they leave a Google review during the appointment, they instantly save $5. Or if they do it later, they'll save $5 at their next appointment. And if they post a picture with their Google review, I like to give them $10 off. If they post a story or a photo, $5. They can either get it instantly or get it later. If they do a combination of all of it, then I can do something else. But this has definitely helped me a lot, I think, with that. And I'm sorry if I'm jumping all over the place. I have notes to keep me on track. So that's how, and then I kind of, every week that I have clients, and I try sticking to, I created my own little CRM through Trello, which I'll show you in a minute, but I have steps that I take through all of my clients through. So like when they're booking, after they booked, while they're there, and then after they leave, things that I do to kind of streamline that process. But let me go back to my social media. There we go. And that helps me stay organized. And within Canva, you can create your brand templates. And so most of my colors are all the same. Through that Tanya Liza tutorial or course that I took from her, I went through there and I created my brand colors. I think they're called, I forgot what the color code is called, but I kind of just put it right here in my, where is it? So these are my brand colors, and these are the numbers, the hex code. That's what I'm talking about. These hex codes. And so you can put that into Canva with your brand templates. Oh, they moved it. Where? Canva just did a thing where they updated all the brand stuff. I think there's a new folder, and I can't find it right now. So sorry about that. But I do have all of that stuff somewhere, as well as my logo that I created. But Canva is amazing, where you pretty much don't have to, you can just take something that you find and just change the colors and the fonts, and then you have your brand image. And I wouldn't take a lot of time on doing that, especially if you don't have a lot of time like me. So that's what I did with that. Also learning my style and how I like to communicate, and I'm just really raw and natural. When I first started doing this, the Tanya Liza stuff, excuse me, I'm gonna take some water. I felt like I was doing a lot of things that took way too much time. I would record myself, edit the videos, post to YouTube, then go on the Facebook to promote that YouTube video / blog. And that just took way too much time. So I simplified it for me after looking at all these different frameworks. And so kind of what I did is I like a funnel hacking is what Russell Brunson says. I kind of did that with my Pinterest hacking, social media hacking. I kind of started following people that were in my industry that were very successful and seeing what they did and what I liked, and kind of trying to find my own voice or style within their stuff. So I'm not necessarily recreating everything, but I'm taking their stuff and that inspires me and just making it my own. And that seems to be working for me. So I'm just going to kind of show you some of the other tools that I use and kind of how my week goes, or how I try. And you have to be gracious with yourself, because things happen, doctor appointments, clients, our lives are crazy. So you just take it as it is and you just roll with it and try to get back on track if you get off of track. That's kind of what I just tell myself, and just be gracious and merciful with yourself, and it will all be fine. But you definitely want to try to be as consistent as possible. So Canva is my number one thing. My number two thing is I like to use Trello. This is also a free system that you can use. I have several different boards, and I mainly use this one, which is my YouTube / videos, but it's mostly content ideas. But this is my content pillars, and I kind of need to update this. I had them separated by spray tanning, teeth whitening, and mom life, because initially I wanted to just share other things that were helpful in mom life, but I don't know I haven't figured out how to do that without making my clients confused about, they're coming to me for spray tans and teeth whitening, and I'm talking about mom stuff. So I haven't really figured out how to transition that very easily. So those are my pillars. And then I have my ideas, things that I think I want to talk about. And as I think of them, I just throw them in here. One thing that I like to do when I move it over here to scripting is I kind of like to have like a month idea of what I'm going to do. And so beginning of summer, I had started like a skin series on spray tanning, like issues that can happen. And so it was kind of nice that I had something for each week. And so what I would do is once I have the idea and I'm going to start scripting it, I put it over here and I actually script it in Google Docs. So I just create a Google Doc, and these are my, I'll just bring one up. I kind of have the same template on how I do. These are for my lives now. I don't record myself and then edit and then post. I actually am just very raw. I just get on Facebook and Instagram and I do my live. And then I take my live and then I download it and share it to YouTube. And then I share it to my blog, and I'll show you that in a minute. But my script is I just do an introduction. I pretty much say the same thing about who I am, what my mission is, and then hope they're doing great. And then I just get right into what I'm going to be talking about, because I know a lot of people don't have a lot of time or they might not care. So I just go into what I'm going to be talking about. And then I have some call to actions in there and a recap. And I try to end with a prayer if I remember. And that's kind of it. So that is my Google Drive thing. So let's go back to the Trello. And so producing, this is an old board, but that would pretty much be alive. If you do want to edit your Facebook videos, I feel like you can. I was just using whatever is on your Mac. I forgot what it's called, but I use that system to edit it. And then once, it's published, I would move it over here. So that's kind of how I walk through all of that. Another board that I have, this is a work in progress, but this is what I was talking about with, just booked client. And I have different things I like to kind of walk through creating, there's different things in my business that I need to do for each of them. And this kind of just helps me stay accountable. And you can actually create templates within these, and you can just duplicate them so you don't have to redo it every single time. And then you just move them along to each one once they're done. So that's been helpful for me. Let me see. So I use that Trello to keep me with that. So, okay. So, sorry, I keep saying so. On Tuesdays, all my kids are in school. My youngest daughter, who will be 2 in a couple weeks, she's in a Mother's Day Out program just on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 2. So I have a little bit of time to work on stuff. So Tuesdays are my days that I try to just do stuff on the computer. That is very hard for me to do when my kids are here, because Thursdays I have times where I can try to see clients during the day if they need those hours. So Tuesday is my day where I do my live, and then I plan the rest of my content for the week. I try to do 2 weeks, but mostly a week is what I try to do. So I create all the templates here, and then I download them. I used to use Later to schedule my post, but now I just use Meta, like the Facebook, Instagram, the Meta Suite planner. And I don't know if you guys have business pages, but I'll kind of show you how you get to it. So this is my business page on Facebook. Like there might be a lag. And then you just go over here to planner. And what I like about this is that it does a lot of the work for you. And it will tell you like the active times that you need to post. I always X out of that because I like to post on both of my social media platforms, and I just select both of them. And this is where you can add your video, photos, I have never used this use template thing, but then you can also add your text and it will automatically give you your scheduling options down here. And then you just schedule it and it works very great. I'll show you last week's. So it might look like I'm on there all the time, but I'm not. And the thing I like about using this is that because it's Facebook and Instagrams, I feel like the algorithm just enjoys it better versus using like a third party like Later or something. I feel like more of my clients get to see it. And I will say I never wanted to do lives at all because I am very self-conscious and I don't like public speaking, but you just learn to get over that to be successful, and you eventually just gets easier and stuff. And that I feel like helps my business because even if people aren't engaging with my lives, they are still seeing it. And then, in the creating post, it's still showing that out. And what I was telling Michelle is then after I schedule my posts and I do my lives, I download that video and then I go to my YouTube page and I upload those videos here. And in Canva, I create all of these thumbnail things. And I even take my own pictures with my iPhone. So anything that you see is just me using what I have. And then from that, I download my YouTube video and I put it in my blog page, which is over here. And I create templates for everything. So all of these blogs, I just kind of either clone or reuse a template. And there I just plug in my YouTube video. And then the blogs take a little bit of time and I'm not the greatest at that, trying to get it done the same day, but sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But like I said, just be compassionate with yourself and you'll get it done. And then I also have started posting my blogs to a Pinterest account. And this is my actual Pinterest board, but I love Pinterest. I use Pinterest. Let me see, it's one of the companies I like to search or who I just love their stuff is Blushed Hands. And I love their style. And this is who I really like to look at. But it also brings people back because everyone loves Pinterest and they will repin things. And so it automatically will take them to your website, depending on what link you put it in. But this is theirs. And I just like their pictures and their captions and their tips and tricks. And I like their style. So I would suggest finding somebody's social media page that you like and just kind of follow them across the platforms and see how they do it. Because I know they have a professional designer, but we can try to make it look very similar. But you never want to copy. You always just want to get inspiration from them. So that's what I would suggest. Let me see if I have anything else.
Everything has been so good, so helpful. Thank you.
I feel like I'm just going all over the place.
No, you've hit. I wrote down questions ahead of time, and you're like hitting them all before I can ask them. You're doing great. Let's see. So, are you all done then with the? All right.
I think that was pretty much a very quick run through summary of.
I love it. I love
my stuff.
So, if you don't mind, I want to pick your brain a little bit more.
Yes.
So I love the look. I love the pink and the different, colors that you have and the way that you created your logo. There's no matter what social platform I go to, I can tell it's you because there's that beautiful, consistent look. Mm-hmm. If somebody's really struggling trying to come up with their look, do you have any advice? Like, how did you there's so many colors to choose from, so many fonts to choose from. Like, was there something that helped you, figure it out, or did you get some kind of advice or go to a course or something?
Um, no, just Tanya Liza's course that was just like pick your colors and when you're thinking about and I love pink. Pink is my
Mhm.
favorite color and I like the lighter pinks. And I also like some brighter colors to kind of get things to pop. So I have like an orange color and a blue color for my teeth whitening stuff. And I pretty much just stick with that. And the fonts, she says to keep it, you want people to be able to read it and see it clearly and concise. So I would pick something that does that, but also have another font. She says to use one or two fonts. I kind of go back and forth between 4 fonts because I just love the aesthetics. And I kind of feel like, with the spray tans, I have this. With the teeth whitening, I have this
That
font.
makes sense.
So I kind of use both. And then if it's like for mom stuff, I just kind of like to play around with them. But I would say find it and stick with it and don't change. Even if you find somebody else's and you're like, oh my God, that's beautiful. But you need to be consistent. So I feel like that's kind of, at first I wasn't very consistent with my social media because I had no idea what I was doing and I was using all sorts of colors and fonts. And my husband's like, I can't read anything. You like the swirly stuff and like, well, it's not going to do any good if you can't read it.
It's hard. It's so hard because you'll finally think, oh, I love this. This is so pretty. And you put it out there and you realize, oh, it's really hard to actually read, when that's next to my color or whatever. It's a learning curve for sure.
Yes.
For sure. What is your posting schedule like? Are you online every day or?
Yeah, that's what I was going to share. So I have a folder, a binder here, and I stick this kind of right into it. But my content plan is on Mondays. I try to post something like inspirational. So usually it's like something for a mom with kids or a scripture or something like that. On Tuesdays, those are my live days. And so I don't usually post anything other than my live that I'm doing. Sometimes I'll go back in and I'll edit and add other things to it if I need to. Wednesday is the day that I like to do my reviews. So I'll post my client reviews. And then on Friday or Thursday, so Thursday in the tanning world, that's the day you get your spray tan. So that's my tan tipping or info day. So that's Thursday. And then Friday is my proof day. So if I have before and after pictures or client pictures, I like to post those on Fridays. And then Saturday is my dental day. So it's a tooth tip, oral care tip, or something related to teeth. And then Sundays, every once in a while, I started, at first I was doing Monday, I would do an inspiration, and then Sunday I would do a scripture, but I kind of left Sunday to be by itself and not worry about it. Every once in a while, I throw a curveball and we'll post something, but that's typically my schedule.
And then do you take that one post and you put it everywhere, like Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook?
So the posts I mostly just put on Instagram and Facebook. I really should start putting it on my Pinterest or something. I just don't have anything really tied with it. So with like Pinterest, I like to just tie my blogs with it, but those are also really good areas to use posts. So I really should start doing that. Something else that's on my to-do list, and I know we briefly talked about it, we're doing those reels because everyone loves to watch reels. So I've been trying to coax myself up to doing it for several weeks now. And I have a couple that like templates or people that I've saved to start doing. I just have to get out of my head.
Yeah. Oh, why is that the last frontier? I don't know. That's like the hardest thing for me too. Oh my gosh. But the ones that you do are super cute and they're really, really spot on. How do you get, do you do something to motivate your customers to give you reviews? I love the reviews that you post. I think that is so professional and it just really, it must draw people to you like crazy because people are so positive about their experience with you.
Yeah. So I started doing the reviews because I was having a really hard time, especially with my spray tanning clients getting pictures. And
Mm,
so that's one way I was able to get a picture of them, even if it's not a picture of them after they've seen me. Sometimes it's just their profile picture and they let me
mhm,
use it. But what I do is, and that's part of my the process that I send my clients through, is afterwards I always reach out to them to see how they enjoyed the experience or the service, how their tan developed, if they liked it, did they want to go darker, lighter. And so I have a conversation with them a little bit more, and then I'll send them a link to my Google review page and just said, hey, it'd mean the world to me if you leave me a review. Just helps people find me, and people, cherish reviews. So
mhm,
most more times than not, they will actually leave me a review. Sometimes they'll say yes, but they forget. And so I need to be more consistent with just sending them reminders, whether it's in an email or a text message. Um,
mhm.
but now I have that thing I showed on
With
my
like the
referral
coupon and
program.
stuff? Uh-huh.
I actually laminated that and I put it in my spray tanning tent. So when I'm spraying
Ah.
their backside, they have nothing other to look at than that. And so they're like, oh, I can save $5 if I do this. So that I feel like
That's
that might
cool.
help.
Yeah, that is really clever. I know, and it's so funny when you hear what somebody else says, like, "Well, I did this in order to, increase traffic or engagement or to get them to, give me a review." You're like, "Oh my gosh, of course!" Like that's so simple. Sometimes we make it too hard. It's like just kind of pause and think about your industry, think about your people, and what could you do to motivate them. And
Mhm.
coupons are a big one for sure. And then
Yes.
you and I were talking about freebies. We've both kind of, tried the freebie funnel thing and, had mixed success. And, but you had like a really cool idea. I don't know if you're ready to kind of share that thought or whatever, but what I
Sure.
like is that you think outside the box. It's like, so if everybody that you're hearing is saying, you need to offer something they can download, but you're thinking that doesn't gel with my people. And so I
Mhm.
just love how then you just come up with something else. But is it a secret?
Oh no, I can share. I do want to say I forgot. I wanted to share one other thing that I do for my clients that is different than anyone in this here is I actually bake my clients homemade cookies, chocolate chip cookies. And
Oh
one
my
of the things
gosh.
I know, one of the things that I did, and this was the first week that I did it was last week, but I had stickers made, round stickers made, and all it says is "thank you," and it has a QR code to my Google review page. And I said, "Please leave a review." And so each customer gets that, and they're going to look at it because they're going to want to eat that cookie. And so I think that
Hmm.
that's going to help a lot. So
Oh,
I
that's
did want to
so
say
so
that's
clever. Yeah, that is so cool.
But sorry. So going back to your other thing, so I mentioned Russell Brunson earlier, and he's like the father of funnels. And Tanya Liza, I'm pretty sure she got all of her information from him. And these are the books. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Hmm.
Expert Secrets and then .com Secrets. There's three of them. There's a trilogy, and I think he's coming out with another one. But he suggests is giving something tangible away more than just like a download or something. And so for my business, what I would like to do for the spray tanning side is buy in bulk exfoliating mitts, because prep care is you need to have that to make sure your tan looks great and it goes on smoothly, um, and have that as the free thing. But what you're going to do is you it's for free, but they have to pay for shipping. But your
Hmm.
shipping cost is going to cover the cost of the product that you're sending for free plus their shipping. So technically, you're not losing any money, and it's not necessarily free because they're paying for it. And then
Hmm.
you send them down that funnel, trying to upsell them, downsell them, and give them time frames. I'm still working on that. I know we talked about it because his thing is ClickFunnels, which is kind of like what the system that we use,
Hmm.
but it's a little bit different. So I'm I'm diving into that soon, hopefully.
Yep. So if you're not familiar with how the whole freebie funnel works, is that, you know, you're offering something, and in order for that person or potential customer to get it, they have to give you their contact information. So when it's a download, they're giving you their email address, but for Cassandra, they're giving her their mailing address. And so she's got them now on her, you know, mailing list, and can contact them and let them know about specials and kind of take them down that path, so that they get to know her and her business. And, you know, they like the fact that they got a freebie from her, and then they're getting a coupon. So it's like she's layering all of these things, and that just solidifies the relationship between you and your customer. And whether you're doing it online, in person, direct sales, you know, or a store, that's what it's all about, is getting that relationship, you know, really solidified with them. And I wish I had your cookies. Something that I wanted to mention, and we don't really have time to explain the whole thing, but I haven't really taken the time to talk to people about how you can have your business like registered, so to speak, on Google. And it's pretty easy to do, so that when people are Googling, you know, who does this in my area, that your name comes up, and and you can have pictures, you can have videos, you can have, you know, your hours and your email and your website and whatever, and that's free.
Yep.
And so the more you take advantage of these free tools like Pinterest, you can put your website on all of your Pinterest posts. Not all social media lets you do that. And so that's a free way to get people to visit your, you know, whatever it is that you want them to visit. If you want them to subscribe to your YouTube channel, or you want them to follow you on Facebook. I mean, there's so many tools available to us. And I know sometimes it can be overwhelming, but if you just, as you hear about them, you know, take action on it. So I would definitely recommend that anyone listening look into the Google Business. Is that what it's called? It's like Google Business, I think, or something like that. I don't know. You'll find
Google
it.
My Business, but they changed it to, I think it's just Google Me.
Yeah, I don't know. I had one for, yeah. My you do run into this a little bit. This was interesting, is that I think that for Google Business, or whatever heck it's called, it has to be like a local location, like an actual location. And so I had that for my direct sales business, like my hometown, my home, and everything. But now that I'm a bigwig online, I got a note from Google basically saying you got to decide, either you're a local business or you're like an online, you know, available to everybody. And I was like, So yeah, I'm still kind of in limbo about that, but that was interesting.
Now, do you have to have like a biz, like you have to be registered, like have an LLC? Because I have an LLC for my business, and I think for me to have a Google profile business, I had to have that and show proof that I had
okay. That. You probably are at like a higher echelon or something. I never have had an LLC, but I probably had like a baby account or something. I don't know. Oh, let's see. I think the other thing that just kind of blows my mind, because I wish I knew how to use it, is Trello. Like you just kind of were bop, bop, bop all over the place. Like make it look so easy. How did you learn that? Like I know I need to use something like that online instead of having like a bajillion pieces of paper all over my office. But I don't know why it just feels complicated to me. Did you take a course, or do you just figured it out on your own?
No. So I found Trello really so I was a CODA, an occupational therapy assistant. And I stopped that because after I had my second child, because he would not take a bottle. Long story short, I ended up managing a law firm for the last 3 years.
Wow. Boy, what haven't you done?
I know, too many things. But the law firm, we had 3 different departments: personal injury and mass torts, which is I was responsible for. And then we had a disability department. And so management, all these things that we were doing, we used Trello to kind of keep task of all of our stuff that we were doing. So I learned Trello through having that job, but I've learned so in Trello, there's a free version, and with the free version, there's only so many things that you can do. but they have templates also that you can use and download, and you can see, you can just plug in. But I don't know. I do a lot of playing around with systems until I figure it out, I guess.
I think you're smart. I think you're really smart. Bottom line, I think you're just really good at this stuff. I know that Cassandra has to pick up kids. She's got a very active lifestyle, but I do want to just super quick show everybody. I mean, we kind of already looked at it, but we were looking at it from the business side. I want to show you all of her different social media platforms from a visitor point of view. So, this is so beautiful. This is her Instagram. And just like clicking through, is that sharp or what? Like, I think my very favorite thing is when she has the testimonials, but she's very consistent with the look, and it's just really, really so cute. So see, there's cookies. And she's got a gorgeous website, and she and I both took a course to put that together, and that takes some time for sure, but it definitely gives you a very professional look and feel. And she's got her blog, which is amazing, but also all of these ways to contact her. And then her YouTube channel, which we already peeked at. And is this beautiful or what? Like, I just love this banner and everything, but you can see the consistency with her look and feel. And so if you have been ever wondering, like, well, where am I? I got to take that off. If you've ever wondered, like, well, why is personal branding important? I think just looking at that, you see that now wherever you go, that that's her, that you've got the right account, because it has the same look and feel as her other accounts. And it definitely, it just makes you so sharp and so professional. And I love your business, and I love you to pieces. So thank you so much for sharing with us. As people watch the replay, give us a hashtag replay, but also feel free to leave comments, because we can come back and answer them. And I'm sure that Cassandra can come back and fill in any blanks if there's, if you have questions about anything. But I just appreciate your time so much. And I've had so many people telling me ahead of time, like, oh, I'm so excited to watch this. So not everybody can watch in the middle of the day. So we're going to have a lot of replay watchers. And when you do, make sure you say hi and let everybody know how much you enjoyed today, and give Cassandra some love. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you very, very much. Any parting words before I click any buttons here?
I don't know. I don't think I have any.
I
was rambling and all over the place. So if there's something more specific you want me to talk about, I don't mind jumping back on here and talking about something more specific.
Another thought. Okay, I can't ever stop. It's like once my brain starts going. I love how you said that you find people in your field that you respect and admire, and kind of pattern yourself after them. And that's another encouragement for those that still feel like, I haven't found my look. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. Find someone in your field that you respect and admire, and pattern yourself after them. Eventually it will evolve into your look and your thing. But initially it's great to have somebody that you want to pattern yourself after. So let's all be like Cassandra. So anyway, okay, well, we're going to wrap this up so she can go pick up kiddos. And thanks so much again, Cassandra. And thanks everybody for watching. Make sure that you're liking and sharing and subscribing and doing all kinds of good stuff so that other people can see this as well. All right. So thanks everybody. Bye.
Bye.